everybody, it's Lawman Mike with www.lawmanguitars.com. Hey, I've got kind of an unusual guitar for you. I know Lawman guitars we typically have are more expensive guitars that we bring in here to demo. However, I was so taken by this guitar, I said, I just have to demo it. Yeah, the single coils are a little noisy. So anyway, I want to talk to you about this guitar because I just thought it was so cool. This is, we're calling it a 1960s, they made it from 1963 to 67. We can't identify it because it doesn't have a serial number, so let's call it 1965. 1965, made in Japan, Fujigen Gakki made St. George model DC-2. So, that's a lot of words for this guitar. But the Fujigen Gakki company made tons of guitars for export into the United States back in the 60s. They made guitars like Apollos and Avalon. Remember the Shags guitar? Fujigen Gakki made the Shags Apollo guitar, or the Avalon guitar. They made Electras, they made Zimgars, they made, like a dozen other brands of guitars. And St. George was one of the more obscure ones. We don't see many St. George guitars. They all typically are somewhat of this body style. And I would have to say that 90% of them that we have seen have been in sunburst. So when I saw one in red, I went, oh yeah, I want that one, because it's very rare to see a red one in this. Now, the only difference between this guitar from being all made by Fujigen Gakki is I found out that the pickups are made by Matsumoku. So that's kind of a thing that came to me through my Japanese guitar expert who knows everything about these Japanese guitars. He says, Lawman, he says, those are Matsumoku made pickups that they made for Fujigen Gakki. They were trading parts back and forth between these companies, and it's just one of the things that they did. The guitar has a 24.5-inch scale neck and a 1 3/4-inch nut. So it's a little bit wider, but again, like a lot of the Japanese guitars, it's a little thin through here, so it doesn't feel real fat. It's not the big giant baseball bat neck, which some of the 1 3/4-inch nuts have. So don't be afraid of this one. It's not going to cause you problems at all. If I can play it, anybody can play it. Let's talk about the guitar itself. It's all original. I couldn't believe it when I got it. It's like, everything? Everything's original? It even had the whammy bar. It's like, wow. But check out these big giant knobs. I love these knobs. They got set screws in them, so they're not going to just come popping off on you. But it's got the mirrored pick guard here. It's got the mirrored switch plate up here. It's got the bridge cover. Always gone. You never have the bridge covers. But it's got the bridge cover, whammy bar. It's got the original nut. It's got the original truss rod cover. It's got the mirrored tuner guard or applique or whatever you want to call it here on the headstock, but it has St. George on the headstock, which is cool. It's got the original tuners, which are the better tuners. We see these on some of the more expensive Zimgars. These are the Zimgar tuners, and it has a Model Japan on the back. It doesn't have the model stamped in it, but it says Model Japan. Someone forgot to stamp it, and it's got the mirrored neck plate. Beautiful shape. I mean, it's unbelievable. This guitar from the 60s looks like this, but it probably was not played that much. It's got a little bump right here, but gosh, it's just no buckle rash. I mean, it's just, the frets are in really good shape. I mean, you can see they've been played. Someday they'll need to be replaced, but not right now. But it's in great shape. I mean, I just couldn't believe what I got. It's like, man, this thing is in awesome shape. So we would want to see how these pickups sound, and we're on the neck pickup, which is nice and mellow. That sounds really good. Let's hear the two pickups together, shall we? That's pretty cool. How about just the back? Well, it goes out of tune with that. That's better. Whammy works really good, but I will tell you that these early whammy bridges on these things makes tuning somewhat of a challenge. So, you might find that you use your whammy bar very, very delicately. You're not going to dive bomb that one. So, hey, it is really a cool guitar, and I'm happy to say we have the original case with it as well. Let's check that out. Soft shell case, which we would expect to see. All the latches are here, as I remember. Yep, 1, 2, 3. It's got the original handle. Yep, original handle. Open it up and you go, whoa, check it out. It's red plush. How cool is that? Red guitar, red plush interior. It's got the accessory box still here. It's a little loose in there. That could probably be reinforced. But it's all here. It's just a little bit of damage in the end where you're jamming your guitar and when you go to put it away. But gosh, check out this plush. It's so nice. And as I recall, I think, yeah, I did some work to it. This had collapsed some. Probably it might have gotten damp. I put some reinforcing Tolex on it, which holds it together. Looks like I could use one more piece. Yeah, that one came loose. I'll fix that. But, we reinforced it. So, these old cases, they weren't designed to last 50 years or more. And to have one that's original, that guitar, is just really special. So if you get this guitar, please put the case under your bed and get a gig bag to travel around with your cool red guitar. But hey, it's a really, really awesome guitar. It's a 1965-ish Fujigen Gakki St. George, all original, including the whammy bar and the bridge tailpiece and the case. Check it out at www.lawmanguitars.com. And hey, while you're here in our YouTube channel, why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers this year, and we're already up to 7,700. Yeah, check it out. We're only at 7,600 last month. So each month we seem to pick up 100. So each one of you that's going to hit subscribe, tell your buddy. Maybe we can do 200 this month. Wouldn't that be great? Appreciate all that support. But hey, check us out at www.lawmanguitars.com. You can go to Reverb and find all of our guitars. I got a ton of vintage parts right now. We've been having to part out some guitars that we've been picking up that just weren't going to be nice enough for Lawman guitars and just really needed more work than what we should be doing to those kind of guitars. So anyway, we parted them out and we've got a bunch of parts. We got 200 guitars. We're in great shape. And hey, check us out, and I really appreciate your support. Thanks a lot for watching.